working and he's coming in what an asshole I am.
Did not
So I,
succeed.
you know, it's like I come on the weekends and join him for 36 hours a week. So anyway.
So we had marriage counseling.
We had marriage counseling issues. And basically what I said is there's an extra time slot available this year. You pick the later one. I would like her to take this one.
Show you what I'm
together
doing.
to show you what
Okay.
he's doing
Yeah.
because she comes at it with a clean slate. He and I have baggage, you know, and that baggage surfaces from time to time. But he doesn't take it. But anyway, I think it would be clearer if she were to do this first.
Yes.
See if we're on the right track.
See if we're on the right track, and then I can follow up
Yeah.
at the later time slot.
Okay.
And I am going to get on.
Okay. Good.
Kickstart something.
Could you see if he could elongate the walk on a straight line? Because the problem there is very, very sharp behind, and because he frees the back. And so he frees the neck, he frees the back, and he frees the lumbar vertebra. So that's going to teach him to use the body the wrong way. So one of the way out of that will be elongate the walk on the straight line, and then make him go on one circle, and so on. Yeah, do a lot of variation to try to keep the back mobile, because otherwise, if he does that, he's going to freeze the back, his isometric hold, and then he's going to stay there. And so, there, as soon as you're on the circle, he kind of die behind. But then, because his temperament, if you push him very hard, he's going to kick you, he's going to fight you. So a better approach is to do that, and you play with different elongation, circle, straight line. The straight line you get, as long as he stay parallel, it's okay. The second he comes toward you, you go on a circle. The next move, to put him out of that, another possibility will be to do a lot of transition, walk, trot, trot, walk, and tack, tack, put him out of that.
The trot, when I start with the trot work, he gets more resistant.
Yeah.
Like, once he starts to go forward, like, he doesn't want to go forward, so
Yeah.
straight lines help. And then when I ask for trot, some days it's okay if I give him enough time in the walk, and otherwise it can be a big fight. But if I can get him forward at the walk, then I have a chance to trot.
Then the problem, if he stays too long on this very slow, inactive walk, you are going to have this problem. He's going to freeze the back more and more in isometric hold. You say which you don't want. Because then he go on effect balance. So he's not in balance, he just goes slow. Find different way, considering his temperament, find different way to keep him active, keep him moving. Because otherwise what they do less and less. They figure they can resist more and more, and they do less and less. Now when you know that you are going to ask for the trot, if he kicks and the head is toward the outside, you might get it. You need to have the control of the head. Okay, and then because if he kicks, you pull a little bit the nose toward the inside, and the kick will go to the outside. You're not going to get it. Therefore, when you decide to trot, a more direct, the lunge est a bit shorter, is more safe. Because at the lunge, with the lunge is like that. If you turn his shoulder to the outside, the butt will go inside. And then the kick might be in your direction. So you need the capacity to bring the neck inside rapidly if you have to. Okay, at any moment. Therefore, when you know you are going to ask for trot and you know he might kick, you have to have control of the head. You have to be able to put the head inside and up very quick So if the neck go inside, the kick will go out, and you stay alive, which is useful for the next day.
You want me to try the trotting?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also, the longe whip in this case can be useful because the longe whip allows you to be further back. That can be, it's always better to use a dressage whip because they worried about movement of the whip. But it does not mean it's a rule. If it's, the longe whip might be a better way because it allows you to stay further back and then you can push him. So the trot will be good. You don't want him to go too much this way because he does less and less. And then in his mind, because he's a pretty tricky guy, in his mind he starts to think, well, I don't have to do it. And then he's going to challenge you more and more. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, a teeny bit more active. The trot is a better horse. The trot, they don't easily contract isometric because you put them on the forelegs. Or then keep it more active and then change the length. Say go straight, go, because it's still time to freeze the neck. And if you look at the hind leg and the foreleg, there is more lift of the croup than the forelegs. Or he should have the same lift. The lift of the shoulder should be equal to the lift of the croup. Therefore, you need more activity of the forelegs. How you do that? You create the activity of the hind leg. And he will do it if he controls the balance. Or, if he frees the back isometric, he will not control the balance. So, if you constantly ask him, change, longer, slower, bigger circle, smaller circle, straight line, change all the time. Then he will have time to freeze the back. He will have to function more concentric, eccentric, which is what you want. You don't want him to function isometric, so when he looks there, when he looks down, down, down like that, you don't want him to go there. Not physically, not mentally. He's a guy who did a lot of work, but he knows how to resist. Canter is fine, it's not a problem. Now I can go back to work. Yeah. Yes. So he's more alive there. He's more looking like a horse. See there, yeah, push him out of that. So you can see the body language and the mind. He go on isometric hold. He push him out of that. Because he thinks negative. And if he go there, then he go negative and then everything go wrong. Keep him busy. Keep him very, he's a tough guy. He's a strong mind. Challenge him mentally and physically. He will be more willing to work for you. If you speed up, you just go on a circle. But so the change of the bend, the length of the circle, and the straight line, all those things change his body posture. And therefore he cannot go on this isometric road, which is in his mind is associated with negative thinking. Keep him busy, keep him challenged. He's a strong athlete, and that's the way you will gain the success of this sort. Make a very strong athlete, and treat him as a strong athlete. He's a tricky man, he's a very tricky horse. Now there, he's isometric, push it. The second bend, he became the same. That change the circle, go straight, move more, pass the transition, do something. Don't let him go on the negative thinking. But then he thinks I want to become more nasty, and he goes the wrong way. Keep him busy. And there, push it. Yes. Push him, not necessarily. You can pass a transition, you can go on a smaller circle, you can go on a straight line. You read his body language. And he need to be challenged. He's a strong athlete. And he needs to be challenged. Otherwise, his mind goes the wrong way. He thinks negative, and then he thinks mean. And because you have to challenge him as he trots, give him break, give him time when he can rest. Yeah. I have one like that right now in my place. Very, very strong. And it's interesting because he's very defensive. He jumps in the sky. It's unbelievable. And then after work him active, give a break. After the third break, then he starts to be physically more, not tired, but he spends his extra energy, and his mind changes completely. And then if I ride him, he's okay. If I ride him before the third break, he blow up. But pretty bad. He's borderline dangerous. They did not ride him since 2 years because he was problematic. But that's the way horses with a lot of guts like that. You have to give them the physical activity. You have to make the body busy. Otherwise, you see there, he go, well, now he starts to trot. He go negative. And the second is, I don't have to do it, then he starts to think against you. Keep them, that's how you change their mind. Keep them very busy.
He wants to come into charge, so I put the whip here if he turns in, because he'll charge. But that's okay if I say just stay out. Don't come at me.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to trot. So that's a good reaction. So the counter departure, it's an escape. So, and if you correct that, he fights you. So you will tell him, be my girl, darling. You want to counter? Go ahead. Then the defense mechanism is taken by surprise, you see? And then you start to interest him. He starts to say, oh, okay, cool. I can express myself. I can be frustrated. They have to have the right to be frustrated. But you do it in a way where it's safe for you, and then you convert the frustration into proper work. It's psychology. If they feel, when horses like that are on the defense system, if they feel we are their support, not their enemy. If they feel we go with them, we understand them, we like them. They need to feel that. Then they go with us. Otherwise, they stay negative and they fight us all the time. So, you know, he's very strong athlete, okay, let's go, let's have a job together. And then he's going to go down, the cadence is going to slow down, and he's going to give you a useful trot. Yeah. Yes. And the cadence is going to slow down, but he's still active. Yes. Yeah, there. So you read the horse. You read you read the body language because they express their frustration through their body. And then the problem is that body and mind are related. Therefore, if the body starts to work negative, isometric role, they think negative. If the body starts to be interested by the challenge because it's easy, it's not submissive, it's easy, it's gentle, then their brain open up. Yeah, c'est this from there. When the cadence becomes bigger, the horse gives, otherwise when he trots short, he still, no. I don't want to go, I don't want to do it. But when the trot becomes bigger, then, so if you say, I don't want to do it, I pick up the counter, sure, I go with you. Keep moving. And then the movement is going to become more free through his body. And you can see their stride is short, and their stride is okay. Yeah. And you're going to have to trot rhythmic and bigger. Yeah, there. Not there. Not yet. Yes. Now. And it's better. He's got. No, then he rushed, but that's okay. Now, what you do there? But you shorter a little, or you go straight line, you don't pull back. You play with it, you play with the movement. Yeah, there, yes. The body language tell you, the way they move, you can see if their brain is still negative or positive. There is a guy, an old guy, 80 years old, he read the article I published, and he said, this guy understands that the movement starts in the mind, not in the legs. I like the phrase, that's beautiful, because it's exactly true. It's all in the mind. Yeah. The problem is that we get the mind by creating a comfortable body. When they have a lot of gas like that, burn the gas on an organized fashion. And then they start to think about it, they start to enjoy their own body, and when they start to become easy, when the movement becomes easy, then they start to think positive, how to make it easier. Otherwise they think, I don't want to do that, and they fight themselves. So they're more active.
I was going to let him walk.
Okay. Yeah. And break is good. Give a break. Then redo it. Give a break. Then redo it. They need that. The lunge demands a lot of concentration from the trainer. A lot of concentration. We must not fall in sleep and let them turn on us. It's a lot of concentration. You read the body language. Because the body language tells you where their brain is. And then through that, they burn the energy and they create a relation with us. And then when we bring them to comfort, they associate us with comfort. And then they resist less, they become more willing to go. But horses with a lot of energy like that demand a lot of muscular work, a lot of physical activity.
Was that one? Let me do one more. He's really not quite settled yet.
Yeah, that's very good. See, because he could use that as an escape. And then you turn it to your advantage. You say, I'm not going to go. I pick up the curtain. Sure, I go with you. And then you turn that to your advantage. And you can see it's not over, but it's going to, yeah, very good reaction. You make that, you say, okay, I go with you. There is a samurai proverb who says, calmness in inaction, it's easy. Calmness in action is difficult. And that's what you need to win. Calmness in action.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a real thing. Calmness in inaction is just falling in sleep. Very dangerous because they wake up. That's it. Calmness in action. Comfortable body. Quiet. And the trot is going to slow down, active. And then the back is going to move. That is calmness in action. Let's see there. Yes. There. There. Yes. Now when they go there, they have a phenomenon called stretch, shorten, contraction, where the energy stored during the decelerating phase of the stride is enough to produce the propulsive phase. And therefore, instead of doing two efforts, they do just one. See, the cadence is there. And he's going to start to think, I like that because he works less. Yeah, I think, to go there, you have to go through the extra energy and everything. But, see, then he's a little bit too fast. But he's going to come back. Pump, pump. Yeah, because they realize, yeah, they work less. It's called stretch, shorten, contraction. The energy stored during the decelerating phase of different muscles is enough, practically enough to produce the swing, the propulsion. Therefore, instead of doing two efforts, deceleration and propulsion, they use the energy of the deceleration for the propulsion. Very efficient. That's their cadence. And when they figure that, they love it because it's easy. So you go there, you bring the brain of the horse to a position like that. That's the cadence. That's very good. You bring the brain of the horse to thinking, but I have to do that. And then he associates you to that. He associates the rider, the trainer to comfort. Then he starts to believe in you. Then he starts to say, okay, I can go this way. Because why they develop all those behaviors? They don't have behavior. Problem, we create the problem. We ask them to perform things and they are not comfortable to do it. So they start to say, I don't like that. And if they are strong will, they have strong reaction. The solution is to tell them, let me show you a comfortable way to do it. Then their strong will goes positive. They think, wow, that's good. I want to do that. And then they do it by themselves. Yeah, that's what the samurai called calmness in action. Calmness in action, it's efficient. Yeah, that's the cadence. Yeah. And when they pick up that, they keep it forever because it's easy. There are very little effort to do, but it's different. So his body language, be careful, he will go see there. He starts to lose activity. Push. Yeah. Keep it, yeah. Because they always go back. They always go back to their old habit. Yeah. So that, yeah. It's a different body language. So you have the trot, it's easy, and then a little bit frozen. See there, that's a frozen trot. You don't want that. You want the sprint. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Yeah. The forelegs bounce the body upward. They are designed to do that. That's how they are designed to work. When the horse trots flat in the ring, it's a crippled horse, it's a lame horse. They are designed to bounce upward. The forelegs propel the body upward, not forward, upward. So when they bump, 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 that's the way they are designed to function. When they drop flat, like the hunter, they are level. Technically. They are there. They bounce, there is a bounce with the foreleg. The foreleg creates 57% of the vertical impulse. The hind leg only 43. That's good. That's good. That's the type of work. He did that. That's good.
And I feel much safer with the lunge grip.
Yeah, to do that. There is no rule. Yeah, the lunge whip allows you to stay further away, do it. It's not a problem.
And then I can see in his face.
Yeah, he changed, yeah. It's the only way their body and their mind, you see, their mind protect their body, and when the body contracts, the mind thinks negative. The mind thinks, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do that, you see. And then they do less and less and less, and if we let them do less, they become more and more negative. So you challenge them, but you challenge them on a way where it makes sense. And if you find the comfort, then it makes sense. Then he says, okay, I want to do that, that's easy. But they don't understand the stretch, shorten, contraction. They don't understand they have that.
And I only did that before on just the lunge without the cartridge. And he did, his balance was terrible, but he could go forward, so he quit charging me. But this is pretty good because I haven't asked with the first manner, because usually he goes.
The problem is that they don't have the solution of balance. They don't have the solution. So they do it the way they think is appropriate. And if they are on the forelegs, they do it breaking even more with the foreleg, which makes them uncomfortable, then they don't like it. Understand?
That was the easy side.
That was the easy one?
That was the easy side. Now I want to do the hard side. Or do you want to ride it? Okay. So this side, because the eye is very insecure,
Yeah.
he feels a little bit lost to get started, and then once he gets going, he does okay, but he really avoids going.
Yeah, when they tell you they adapt easily, not a marketing crash. They don't adapt easily. It's not easy. Yeah, you have not yet switched to the energy. You still need the sight. The one I have at home that I show on he was born like that. He lost his eye when he was 1 week old. His mother attacked him. So all his life has been this way. So he completely switched to the perception of energy. But he takes time. That's why the quietness of the trainer when you do it, the quietness, very important. There is a study who say they smell intensity, fair, they smell all that. They have we don't have this organ, for us it's completely disappeared. But for them it's pretty big, they can smell things that we cannot. I would be not surprised that they aussi perceive it at different levels, like energy. See there, the thought is not the same. That is flat thought, that is negative thought. And then with the variation, it should go progressively on a bigger thought, on a more elastic thought. Yeah. So this thought is not comfortable, okay? But inevitably you have to go through that to create the good one. Ah, it's coming. Yeah. Yeah, it's coming. The cadence is going to slow a little and the stride is going to become longer. Yeah. Yeah. You have to be elastic. Yeah, it's coming. It's going to slow a little bit more. Yeah. Pom, 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 pom. The jog is coming. Yeah. Yeah. And the stride is going to become longer because it's going to become physiologically more efficient. It's going to store energy, reuse it, so that way it's going to function comfortably and efficiently. And only when the body reaches this level, the mind cools down. The mind starts to think positively. Instead of thinking, I don't want to do it, you start to think, how can I make that easier for me? Yeah, see there. The cadence is coming. Of course, the risk would be that he fake it, in a sense that he don't push beyond. That, of course, you will try that. So that's where we need to be very concentrated on that, and then you check. And then the second you realize he faked it, he don't push beyond, then you push it. Then he will be angry, because you get him, he gets caught. Then he will be angry, but that's okay, you go with it. See there, he's borderline with a hand. Slow is not slow. Slow is because they convert the thrust created by the hand leg into more vertical force, consequently less horizontal force. Consequently, the speed slows down because it is converted in favor of more suspension. So there is less speed, but more lift. Not because the hind leg push less. The push of the hind leg is the same. They just use it a more efficient way. Ah, there, yes. Only at this cadence, the work became really efficient. But inevitably, you have to go through a little bit of disorder before you can reach the comfortable phase. Yes. And then their minds start to think differently. They start to think comfort instead of fighting the discomfort. They don't know why they are not comfortable. They don't understand. They just don't like it. So they get frustrated. But they don't have the solution. We need to give them the solution. The natural frequency is this phenomenon very well known. At every level of their system, everything has to be tuned to the strike frequency. Inside the muscles, the cell and the tendinous component who transmit the force from one cell to the other have to be tuned to the strike frequency. Everything has to be done from superficial to macroscopic level. They have to be tuned to be efficient to the frequency. But then you be careful there. You need a little bit more activity. Then the bump. Then they became beautiful. The movement became very harmonious. That's what we call the pignot jog. Yeah. They have to reach this frequency. Yes. And once we get their cadence, all their life, they are going to work at this cadence. It's not a metronome, it's a window. For example, for the piaf, very often the cadence is slower a little than medium trot. But it's pretty much the same. It's a window, they're variable. Yeah, that's the cadence. When the cadence is established, the frequency, the length of the strike can change. That's what we create. Yeah. You remember the experience of Paige? She put a bucket full of sand and a spring. And then she made the bucket go up and down, the spring. Okay, the bucket go down, pull the spring up, down. And then in 1 hour, the movement diminished. So the amplitude of the oscillation became very small, but the frequency never changed. Okay? The frequency is a concept of physics. The frequency does not change, vary a little, but the frequency remains the same, but the amplitude can vary according to what we ask. That's very good. That's very good. See, that's what I mean. They need to be active but organized. Then they consume the force the smart way. Right? So then they are calm, but calm in action. When we make them fall in sleep, gentil, that's a big mistake. So then we have them and they wake up and we go through the roof.
You think it's enough? Do one more. You think it's enough?
You want to ride it?
I can,
Yeah. That's a good way to stay alive. Make them work.
Huh? I know, he was good on the right. He was very-
When horses are very intense, they are intense. It's the way they are. Burn the energy. Consume the energy. If you try to say, oh, gently, then they blow up. A lot of horses are very calm where they start, especially the thoroughbred. Thoroughbred with a teeny bit colder, they start almost falling in sleep and then they wake up. So the work has to be quite strong. My thoroughbred Chazo is a big thoroughbred. He does that. He starts, he enters the ring and says, oh my God.
And I can change bridles, but he actually responds pretty well to the.
Yeah.
So he pulls, but he's not the worst one I ever had. So I've been working on doing, because when he pulls, I find if I can move the hindquarter over or the shoulder, he quits pulling. So I do kind of a split. As soon as I turn, he pushes into my legs so I can go straight. But then when I go straight, he pushes forward, so I turn.
Okay, show me that. He will be more safe. Keep going. If you can make the back higher, because there he kind of lock the neck and then the back is going to work in compression and then it's going to be angry. So if you can make the back higher, try variation, elongate the walk a little and then advance the pelvic, open the chest, see if you could collect more. If you could lift the back more. So hug with the legs and collect more. Advance the pelvic more. Be more over the sit bone. Open the chest. So you keep the hands steady and you do that. So you do that with your body. You become taller. Yeah, there. Yeah, teeny bit more. With the pole 1 hair higher. And then open the chest, advance the pelvic more. Yeah, there. Bon, then go medium. Yeah, go there. Go until the moment you leave the back, because he does the same than at the lunge. He goes, and then he's not comfortable, and then he becomes angry. So put him out of that. Make him more. Now collect him, so put your legs, and then advance your pelvic, open the chest, put your body more vertical, move your shoulder a little bit away from your hand, up and back, advancing the pelvic more. Yeah, there, go there. Teeny bit more, yeah, there. So now go. Because you need to keep active. And then that will be a good time to ask him for the trot. When he lifts like that, he's not going to hold it. He's going to give it and then do something. Is there, okay, good, medium walk, and then ask more, or in a few more time he will do it, you can ask for a collected trot. Just a few strides. Or advance the pelvic, get the hand exactly where they are, put your upper body 1 hair further back, and then advance this part, the ASIS, like that. Okay. Yeah. What happens when he's going to leave the front? Yeah. Keep moving. He's going to, the front is going to leave. Therefore, your body on him is going to be this way. See? So your position changes. You follow it. Well, you can use that to teach it. So you keep the hand very steady. You put your calf on. You advance the SIS and you place your shoulder. Therefore, you open the chest You place your shoulder in your head, maybe half an inch back. Okay? Yeah, it is, yeah, there. It is going to follow you. Good. Well, then you say, good. Up, medium. Okay? This is what he needs. Right now, he does not understand it's comfortable for him. But he will. But when he's not there, he's not comfortable. And then he goes on his whole day, which makes him angry. So the tail starts to spin, he don't like it. So you have interest to go there. And then little by little, you will hold it a little bit longer. This time, when he's going to do it, try for a few strides of trot. The calf, the pelvic, the chest open, your head. Now remember, what we call thoracic is in fact cervico-thoracic. Okay? The chest, in fact, don't move too much because we have the sternum and the ribs who stop us. But the thoracic opening is in fact cervico-thoracic. The head and the cervical, yeah, there. I'll get a little bit more with lighter contact, the pole higher. Therefore, your upper body, the pelvic stay advanced, but the shoulder move 1 inch, half an inch back. More, yeah. But then just medium, because he was okay, but he was pushing on the beat. But therefore, if you have asked for the trot, you will have down on the beat, you will have been not too good. But when he's going to give you that, with a flexion of the pole, go. Okay? So hold it 2-3 strides and then go. Don't hold it too long. He will become too angry about that. Okay? But then do it often. So do it again. The calf, the pelvic, chest, head, cervico-thoracic junction. It's never just the thoracic, it's always the cervical and thoracic. And then, with the legs, and then straight, minimum contact, more balance, more, yes, more, yes, more, yes, yeah, okay, just medium, because he's still pulling. Okay? When he will do that without pulling, then he will pick up the trot. Okay? So let's do it. So you are ready, but you don't know. You will decide yes or no, depending on what you feel. You ease the problem of pulling by the flexion of the pole. You place the pole inside, and shoulder forward, and then you do it again. Yeah. You start with the calf, the pelvic, thoracic, cervical. On that, work progressively. And he should follow you, and straight. More. The pole higher. More. Keep on. Yes. More. Yes. More. Yes. More. Yes. When you are out there, keep more. And gradually softer your forearm. The more you lift, don't release, softer. The more you lift, the less you need your hand. Open the dialogue. Yeah, there. Softer, but just a little. You cannot softer too much, otherwise you die. But you open the dialogue. The more you lift the back, the less you need to pull. And therefore, you tell him, I give you the solution, give me the lightness, but he's not going to give it like that. You ease what you can ease without losing the control. But the second you open the dialogue, it's pretty good. More balance, more, the pole higher, yes, more, yes, good, more, the pole higher, more, yes, more, the pelvic more advanced, more, the pole higher, more advanced, more, yes, there. Bon, medium. Next time he gives you that trot. Okay? It's not perfect, but it's good enough. The trot will help you. Okay. Move. The trot will help you. You might not be able to get it this time, but next time he gives you that, you take the decision, because the time I tell you, with the feedback, is 0.08 of a second. And the time you respond, it will be too late. So you take the decision. More balance, more, yeah. You come in the window, more, yes, more, yes. A little bit more, and then you decide. Yes. Yeah, you are right. Okay, well, good. Give him a medium, you are right. Okay? When you asked him, he was good. But he did not? Okay. Men are like that, you know. So you will re-ask it. It's not a problem. But when you decide to ask it, it was good. The balance was good enough. The softer you can with your arm and your hand. The softer you can. Mean don't let go. The softer you can at this moment. Open the dialogue. The pull high. Yes. And then more. Yes. A little bit more. More. Yeah. Well, now you're in the window. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, then the throat is not good. Walk. Okay, you don't need to shake, you don't need a bad throat. But you redo it. And after 5 or 6 departures, the throat will be okay. If he trot on the beat with the back contracted, don't bother. The throat is bad, he shake you, he protect himself from you, does not work. Recreate a trot, a good departure, do it 50 times. And then send. As soon as he's in the window, if you can get more, go for it. If you feel he starts to trot, go for it. You take your decision every single time. A little bit more balance, more. Oh, now you're in the window, more if you can, or trot. You need more. Yeah, that was, when you asked for it, he died. So redo it. Okay? He's going to miss, it's not a problem. But the trick is to make them comfortable. See? Put him in balance, and then the trot is comfortable. Pick up the trot on the forelegs, he will hate it. And then he's going to start to develop a frustration against the trot. See? Put him in balance, the trot will be comfortable. The trot doesn't feel comfortable, don't bother. Recreate the balance, go back to work. Do 5,000 departures instead of 5 bad strides. Well, he will lose a little, okay? Don't expect the departure perfect. He will lose a little. But if you feel it's acceptable, it's negotiable, go for it. He will not succeed the trot departure in perfect balance right away. He will lose some. And you have to go through. But if he loses too much, then you don't. A little bit more balance. Okay, this one was okay. Considering the departure, in fact, it was pretty good. But yeah, again. The best thing to do is that give him comfort. He will be winning. Comfort is what they understand. Easy, comfort. And if we give them the solution, they start to respond to us. They start to be part of the process, which they have to, because we do not control everything. A lot of lower, deeper level are beyond our control. They have to put that together. And if they work positively, if they are interested by comfort, they do it. If they work negatively, they just go against. Okay, that's acceptable. It's borderline. Okay, more heavier than that, you don't take it. But that's acceptable. And then you do it again.
With a little medium walk in between.
Yeah, the walk is how you create the balance. And then what's going to happen? When the trot is going to become more rhythmic, more quiet, then you use the momentum of the trot for the collection. So you are going to start, as soon as he gives you a better trot, you are going to use the down transition for more balance. So his own body weight pushing. And therefore, if the balance is relatively okay at the trot, his own body weight push him into the walk. And as you resist with your psoas, you put him in balance, you have more energy to put him in balance. You don't have to push more. The transition does the job for you. Or get more balance, more. You vary a lot, vary. Long, short, collect, vary a lot. Don't hold too long, vary. Walk, trot, same. And when you collect. Advance the pelvic, go for more. More, 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 more. Yes, yeah, good. Bon, now, trot, soft in your arm, go, up. Arm soft. Fine, not too good, walk. Yep, more, collect more, right away, more, more. Use the momentum of the trot. The pole higher, advance the pelvic, do that very slowly but very consistently. The pelvic, the chest, taller, more balance. More, yes, more, 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 until the back coordinate, more than that. More, the pole higher, more balance. More, yes, okay, good. Now trot, arm soft. You give him the balance, you don't need your hand. Yeah. A little bit better. Up, walk. Use the momentum. Straight your body. Collect. Yes. More. Yes. More. Yes. Good. Yeah, good. Trot. Up. If the trot is good, make it longer. Not that good. Up, collect. Pelvic, chest, arm soft. More. Use the down transition. Use his own inertia. His own inertia pushing. Filter it with your abdominal muscles. More. Yeah, okay, good. Soft, trot. Up. Very soft contact. Keep push. Yes. The trot will become more square. Yeah. And then as soon as the trot shake you, transition. Up, use the momentum. Collect right away. Yeah. Collect before he walk. More. The pole higher. More balance. More. Yeah. Then soft your arm. Trot. See what he gives. Oh. Okay. Collect the walk before he walk. Right? So you don't pass a down transition. You are at the trot and you collect the walk. I will explain you why. Collect more. Yes, more. Yeah, okay, good. Trot. The pole higher. Bon. Trot. Yes, that's better. Now, okay, collect the walk. More. Yeah. Yes. More. Yeah, good. Give him a break. Good. Give him a break. Yeah. Long walk. Let him go. Long walk. Yeah. The reason you do it like that, the biceps is not the only one muscle who does that, but it's easy to understand. The biceps are the tendons inside. Okay? the tendon provoke the swing. So during the stance, the cell determine how much tension on the tendon for the swing. Okay? The swing of the counter demands 30% more force of the tendon than the swing of the trot. The swing of the trot demands 26% more than the walk. Therefore, the brain has to decide during the stance how much tension they put in the tendon for the swing to go into the transition. Therefore, the brain has to decide the transition before the transition. Therefore, you don't ride the transition and collect. You collect one stride before they walk. Okay? So that their body prepare. That interests you because the more they are in control as soon as they walk, and you filter with your psoas, you ask them to control their own inertia. Right? Their inertia push them. But if he already does that before he walks, in a two stride before, he's already thinking control. Then as he walks, you keep going. So then the inertia of his own body weight push him to collect more, and then you trot. So when the trot starts to be relatively okay, you start to do that 1,000 transition very quickly. And then the trot tell you, if the trot stinks, make it very short. If the trot is okay, a little bit longer. If the trot feels good, longer. So you teach him that for everything he does, the more he controls, the more comfortable he is. That's how you can work.
Yeah, he was less resistant to go into trot.
And then when you do that, it's a lot of work. It's a lot. Therefore, take break. Take break. When you feel, when you feel you get tired, because it's a lot of work. And then, or he gets tired, take break. Right? Because it's good. But horse like that need that. A lot. Okay, right. The more he's going to work intellectually and physically, the more he's going to go toward you. Okay? Those type of force, they go negative, and then they go to the point to attack you. And
but he tries.
Yeah, their strong will can turn into a positive.
Yeah.
That's the only way you succeed. The will is there. The strong will is there. And either they go against you, either they go with you. There is nothing in between. And you need to win that. It's not easy to do, but it's possible. And in fact, I love those type of personality because when they are positive, they are correct. They give you a lot. But you have to, it's not easy.
No, if his mind works with you, he really thinks.
Yeah, he switches to others.
But if it's against you,
He goes into that red zone of anger and stays there.
Yeah. When they are there, it's so right away you avoid that. And the way the body language, you read that, and then you can figure how you can bring them to go with you. Chazot was like that. Chazot, that's the way it was. 10 times more explosive, but that was the problem. That was he was against human. Human make him suffer, and he can get rid of human, and he's going to attack you. He was like that. And then that's the way we switch everything. With that, he can be comfortable. But because he's very smart, and usually when they are like that, they are pretty smart. They are creative enough. The wrong way, the negative way, they are creative. They are smart, so you can change them. You can make them think positively. But it's a lot of things to read. It's a lot of experience. The second you are with a horse like that, you are not relaxed. You are very much concentrated. And you read everything and you anticipate everything. They are very demanding, but they are fun.
which is fine.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Okay, so we went a little bit over, but lunch will be served up in the house, the big house on the left.